Okay, my name is Julieta and my MBTI is INFP.
INTP?
ENFP. Good.
Hi, I am Milo and I am tragically an INTJ.
My name is Julieta and my
MBTI.
INTP.
My name is Juliana and my MBTI is IMTP.
Hello, my name is Julieta and my MBTI is ENFP.
I honestly felt uneasy. Like I have always felt so misunderstood, and in a way I think I wanted that. Like I don't like people knowing how I feel or what I think, but then like this page appears and describes me to a T, and I honestly wanted to physically fight whoever had grit in it and force them to delete it forever.
Impressed about how precise it was, because it was literally my personality described.
You didn't care?
But then I saw the potential of having that information, and so I decided to study all the functions. I studied enneagrams, temperaments, anything, so that I could type everyone I have ever known. I met ENFP at our introductory course. I don't know, what would you call that? At college. And I had already been attending for like 3 months, and she showed up the last day, and we were like forced to talk by our teacher because we were like sitting next to each other, and I think she didn't stop talking the whole day. Like I just nodded for like 4 hours.
It was at college. I needed a book and she was sitting in front of me. She was the only person I knew, so I wasn't going to talk to anyone else.
The first day we started college, I looked for her everywhere. But she arrived late, so she had to like drag a desk from another class, and like our class was full. And because I had arrived really early, I was sitting like in front of the teacher, and she had like dragged her desk against the back wall, but I was like determined to make her my friend. So I was like so I like turned around, and she hadn't seen me, but I was checking her every move. And I turned around and she looked at me and I waved like a maniac from like the other side of the class. I was like, and she waved back, and I was like, nailed it. Oh. She lost her night.
She was a nice person.
Well, what was the question? Yeah, she was super easy to read. Like, you could smell the private school off of her. She was wearing like really dark blue jeans, and they were not in style at all. So I thought she must have them because she goes to a private school. And also, she had like a blouse and like old woman shoes. So not her now, but I could also tell that she had like conservative parents. This is all like the first time I saw her. We hadn't talked yet, because the minute she started talking, I didn't have to like wonder anymore. I think she told me her whole life story that day. And I also remember thinking that because she had just revealed like her darkest secrets, like at least like to my standards, right? She had revealed so much information about her to a stranger, basically. I remember thinking like, oh my god, I need to protect her because there's so many people who's gonna take advantage of that. Okay, I like that she's always in a good mood, which is like really impressive for someone who is constantly thinking about the worst case scenario.
The bubbly personality.
I like that she stands up for others.
She's very protective.
I like that she always takes my feelings into consideration. Like she would ask me, oh, are you okay with having people over? Or are you okay with meeting a new person? Or do you have to make a call? Do you want me to do that for you? I really like that.
She's very kind.
And this must be a little bit random, but I like that, like, she's always curious about stuff, and I usually have the answers to her curiosity. So she would listen to me explain like the most random things ever, and then she'd go like, how do you know that? And I'd just go, I don't know.
Her ability to get up and do whatever the fuck she wanted to do. Her ability to just do the things she wants to do.
She's really brave, especially when she's really scared, which is, you know, when it counts. I think she has helped me open up. I think I'm a completely different person from when we met. In a way, I think she taught me empathy, both towards others, but especially to myself.
Everything social.
But also like to open up in general. I remember this like it was yesterday. We were in the living room and we were eating. It was lunch. And she looked at me in the eye and she said, "Why do you never tell me anything about you?" And I was like, "You're right. I don't." So ever since then, I'm trying to like I see her and I'm like, guess what happened to me over the weekend? Like I'm just constantly trying to tell her things that happen to me because she cares. Even though I don't, she cares, so I tell her stuff like that.
I'm done. This is it. If I have to describe her, this is it.
Okay. Oh no. Okay, this was like bound to fail. The time limit is just too restricting. She has like the smallest nose ever. I'm gonna try to capture that. Okay, I couldn't. I couldn't. Oh, I shouldn't have started with the outline of her face. Like, ooh. Now this is just too off-centered. Okay. I mean, if she had committed a crime and this is what they use to recognize her, I feel like we could have a shot. Is that not her? Well, I had no choice.
I met her in university. We were about to start our course and I didn't have any friends yet. So I sat close to her because she needed a book and then we became friends.
I had skipped for some reason one of those introductory classes, and when I got back the next day, ENFP had already adopted her. She was like, "This is our new friend now." So I was like, okay. I think that first day we didn't talk at all. Like it was me, ENFP, INTP, so we never like talked. And then the next day, ENFP skipped class, so we were left alone. And we sat together, but I think we also didn't speak the whole time.
Probably I talked and she listened. A very calm person that didn't talk much. I wasn't used to that sort of person in my life.
I thought she was insane. And I still do. Like she was coming to classes, but she didn't have the material. First red flag. I asked her why she didn't have the material, and she was like, "Oh, I'm testing colleges out. Like colleges are just some like clothes you can try on." Like she didn't know at the time what she wanted to do, so she was just going to a bunch of classes, I guess. And I think until this day, she says that she ended up going to our college because she made friends there. Like she got her degree because it happened. It wasn't by choice. Also at the time, I think I remember being like, "Oh, I can fix her." Like we are gonna study together and I'm gonna remind her about homework and I'm gonna keep her up to date with every class. And like I've known her for 6 years and that has never once worked. I mean, I'll try, but I'm gonna need a minute to think.
So I would say how supportive she is.
I like that I can talk about anything with her. Like I can talk about like the theory of the universe, or like why zebras have stripes, or like a K-pop idol's new haircut.
What else? She's very intelligent, so intelligence.
I like that she always wants to help, even though most of the times, if not always, she doesn't know how to. She just like stands there and goes like, "Do you need help?"
How she treats me.
I like that she has a lot of common sense, which is not something you see every day.
Overall, that she's there for me when I need a friend.
And I like that she can tell what I'm thinking. And it's the same for me with her. I feel like we could have a silent conversation. Maybe that's why we didn't talk that those first 2 days. Does it have to be positive?
Procrastinating.
She can make any crazy idea work. I'll give her that. She can make anything work.
I think becoming more relaxed and quiet.
She taught me to relax a lot. Like I am super structured and like a schedule maniac. And if like one thing fails, I start having like multiple mental breakdowns. And for the longest time, I couldn't stand INTP's need to leave everything for the last minute. But as long as I've known her, like it works. At least for her, it works. So these days I'm like trying to put less pressure on myself to get everything done. Like I didn't do anything last weekend. Like that's a huge step for me. I didn't touch any single work thing related. I didn't study anything. I was just like, I watched movies. You don't know how long it took me to realize that I should relax on weekends. Okay, INTP. INTP. She has really small face. We usually tell her she looks like a chinchilla.
Okay, so first I'm drawing like a table and a computer. She's on her computer all the time.
Wow, I can't draw eyes for shit. She has really long eyelashes, even though she does not care at all.
Like, I'm not a very good drawer, so...
Wait, I think I'm kind of onto something here. And then she has like these luscious hair, even though, again, she does not care.
So this is her on her computer working with a glass of coffee next to her, and here, well, this is supposed to be her house, her bedroom, and there is a poster of Jungkook here, and that's pretty much it.
This is like this is her like kawaii version. If she had committed a crime, which, let's be real, she could totally do it, and we had to recognize her just off of this. We're not finding her. I'm sorry. This is not what she looks like.
It's the same case. We studied together and we met before studying our course. Same situation.
INTJ was already friends with ENFP, so I kind of had to talk to her. You know, she was there.
We were actually teacher forced us to sit together, and that's how we met.
One day, ENFP missed a class, and we were forced to talk, and then we just kept on being friends, I guess. We were just classmates, and then just friends. Oh, she's like me.
That she was very intelligent. Yes. Well, in intelligence.
Brain, like how smart. INTJ.
I like your brain.
You get to learn. INTJs get to learn like a lot of things, like deeply, you know.
Her creativity.
INTJ's organization skills.
That she's a good friend.
INTJ speaks in facts, and they are very objective.
That she's not afraid to tell me when I'm doing something wrong.
Objectiveness.
I would say like reading everyone's like intentions. To become more focused, or to be more focused on stuff.
Meeting deadlines. You know it's true.
I'm drawing her face because I didn't feel like drawing like a location or something like that.
Got it.
And now I'm drawing like a library behind her. Her comfort plushie, let's say. This doesn't look like her, but you get it. These are books. Her whale called Sammy. And that's pretty much it.
And how did we end up being friends?
I think that we get along very well. Maybe that's why.